third support that are beyond the associate teacher and the GSRP teacher. So every classroom has to have a GSRP teacher, an associate teacher, and then if they have the 18, on days in which all 18 are present, there has to be another adult in that building or in that classroom. That adult, we have some flexibility with. So if we didn't have all 16 there that day, we could use that individual in another location. So we've been as careful as we can about how we fund that. Those are edge staff positions, and they are kind of on call for where they need to be. So that's a way we help preserve the budget so that we can stay self-sufficient.
Thank you.
Sorry, one last question. I noticed that in some of the eligibility requirements, do we interview the prospective
Yes.
parents and child?
Yes.
And for their income and whatever the other requirements are to be eligible for the program? And am I correct? Did I read that it was my income? There's a poverty level income. I'm not sure the exact number, probably around 20K. But the family can be 400% above that level to
And still
be
qualify.
eligible for GSRP, which
Yes.
is intended for unfortunate and
Well, they
disadvantaged kids. Am I missing
changed, yeah, this, the attempt to move into universal child care and child support and child preschool did come with a policy change this year that pretty dramatically changed the needle and on what the requirements were for them to be enrolled. That was a policy change this year to keep that priority available.
I'm going to editorialize just for a second. I'm glad we're having the results we're having, and I see that the kids that are leaving the program are farther ahead than perhaps they would have been without it. So that's fantastic. The fact that we've had Head Start and like operations, GSRP in play for over 20 years. And the only way we can fill those programs and those seats are by offering more well-to-do folks a seat in that program is pretty disheartening. And I'm not sure what it means, but it's disheartening that we can't really spend those dollars on kids that probably really need it. So anyway, that was an editorial. It's no reflection on what we're doing. Thanks. I'm done.
Any other comments? Questions for
Another
staff?
question?
No.
All right. Seeing none, I'll bring the discussion back to the table and entertain a motion on action item number 1.
Mr. President, I'd like to make a motion to approve the 2024-2025 GSRP contract with Wayne Risa.
Okay, I have a motion by Dr. Pomponio. Is there support?
Yes.
Supported by Mr. Lamas. Any discussion? Seeing none, I'll call for the vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Action item number 2 is approval of the school resource officer contract renewal.
Yes, since I've been here and possibly before that, we have had a great relationship with the Southgate Police Department and have had a school resource officer on site at Anderson High School that has been on loan from the Southgate Police Department. That cooperation and collaboration and partnership has been very helpful in supporting our students, our administration, and our community, because we do have a very continuing need for support and intervention on times, and sometimes just that positive relationship with the police department and kids and families is also great. So we would like to see this relationship continue and believe it's a great investment of money. And they did have a cost increase related to their own bargaining and collective bargaining agreements that police officers are under. So we were provided a new estimate, and we still we don't blink at that. So we recommend that we renew this contract.
Questions for staff?
Is there a typo in here? Why is the cost of the district says the 24-25 school year? Does it end? I mean, why is there a gap? And it says
I believe that's a
27,
typo.
28. Okay.
Yes,
making sure we
because
have this.
we don't expect
Not giving them
to.
110,000 in the middle year we don't know about, right?
No, and we're not going to take any hiatus for 2 years.
Okay, I just thought it.
So, yes, I believe that's just a mistake.
Thank you.
Good catching.
I try.
I'll write it in
He's
for
reading
them.
it. He's reading it. Any other questions? All right, seeing none, I'll bring the discussion back to the table, entertain a motion on action item number 2.
Mr. President, I'd like to make a motion to approve the school resource officer contract renewal as presented.
I have a motion by Dr. Pomponio. Is there support?
Support.
Angel. Any discussion? Yeah, I'll just offer it's a great program, and I'm glad to see we're continuing it. And good to see.
I'm sorry. Do we have a say-so in this, or do they just assign someone? Do we get the same person every year? Do we get to sit in on?
It
who we
is
want?
someone that they provide to us, and it does reflect their own staffing systems. So however assignment is determined and who is interested in it. And yes.
Well, basically their union then,
Yes.
and we take what they give us.
Yes, unless we really have a compelling reason why that would not work.
Go ahead and call for the vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Action item number 3, approval of the maintenance dump truck purchase. Mr. Hardy's here, I see.
Dude, is there ever a meeting you're not here?
Very rarely.
She don't give him no break. She could ramble on the guy, but she said no. He will show up.
Good evening. It's our recommendation that the Board of Education approve the purchase of a new vehicle for maintenance for maintaining athletic fields, parking lots, etc. Currently, we have the following fleet listed. I'm not going to go through all the vehicles. We'll be replacing the 2006 red and white pickup truck to help reduce maintenance costs. We are recommending that this truck be a dump truck to meet several overlapping needs. I've listed some needs here. We're going to be saving on rental fees for a dump truck. This summer, we spent $4,650 for 2 months running a dump truck for the projects that we had to do. We want to do more projects, including soccer fields at the elementary schools. So we estimate total rental cost would be $11,500 for this year alone. We're also going to save on the, we're going to get the materials cheaper, and we won't have to pay the delivery fee because we can go pick up loads of material and bring it to us. Delivery fee plus gas is an added cost on all the material that we buy. The proper transportation of debris, such as damaged trees and branches, we could throw in the back of the dump truck versus the box truck. When you throw them in a box truck, they get tangled up and it's hard to remove them. We're going to save labor in plowing. The blade on the dump truck will be 10-foot wide versus 6-foot wide. So we'll be able to push more snow and deeper snow with the truck. Saving costs and labor and salting on parking lots as well. The dump truck will haul more salt. It's going to come with the tailgate salt spreader, which means fewer trips, and it'll throw the salt further, which means we'll use less salt on the parking lots. We also encountered a problem last year where the city had the salt, but they didn't have the trucks to deliver it to us. So we can go pick up and get the truck loaded from the city because they always have someone in the loader on those bad days. This will also be a vehicle that's driven daily. It's not going to sit there and be an as-needed vehicle. So someone from grounds will be in this vehicle every day for the work that we do. So we received a quote for a dump truck at Ronde's Ford from Toledo. It's a 2024 Ford F450 4x4 dump truck. The vehicle is in stock at the dealer, already built, and they're holding it for us pending approval. It's Oxford white, 2-door standard cab. It's a gas engine versus diesel, so we don't have to worry about it starting in the wintertime and plugging it in. It comes with the total plow package, including the lights, the tow package, and the tailgate salt spreader. The warranty is a 3-year, 36,000 bumper-to-bumper warranty, 5-year, 60,000 powertrain warranty, 5-year, 60,000 roadside assist, for a total of $98,105. It is our recommendation that the Board of Education approve the purchase of the 2024 Ford F-450 4x4 dump truck, which is in stock, in the amount of $98,105 to come from the maintenance enhancement account, which is currently budgeted at $100,000. Questions?
Questions? Dr. Pomponio?
Do we have any other dump trucks, or is this the first one?
This is the first one. I'm not even sure if, and you can tell me, maybe has Southgate ever had a dump truck?
No, no, in fact, I'm so happy to see this because and the dates reflect what I see on the road. It's just, they're rusted out and they're pretty bad shape, some of them.
Yeah.
So I'm happy to see this come
So
through.
with the team that we brought on board, we do a lot of work in-house and don't rely on a lot of contractors, and this is gonna help our team get the work done more efficiently with this dump truck for this projects that we want to get done, and also for maintaining the parking lot, salting, plowing, and so forth.
Good. Thank you.
So Jason, your maintenance enhancement account is budgeted what, at 100,000 every year? Is that what you have?
For the last 2 years, it's been.
Okay. And you haven't used any of it? I mean, this is gonna deplete you for the year. I mean, obviously.
We used it last year on a F-250 Ford pickup truck.
I mean, this year.
We have not used anything this
So you're
year.
just taking this to the hilt, and this is basically gonna be the purchase out of that fund for the year.
Correct.
Thank you.
Dr. Pomponio?
Is that the fund that we, as a board, decide to put in those accounts for, from the millage? Okay, that's good.
Because we can't use bond money for vehicles, that's kind of what we're designating that enhancement account to cover. Over time, we've added quite a bit of enhancement money into athletics. This is the targeted purpose for that account at this time. It does mean that we're picking up a lot of maintenance costs just generally through our sinking fund and bond. A lot of that, and while I don't say maintenance, they're not maintenance, but repair, renovation. But there are also other accounts that we have funded maintenance quite a bit more than we have in past years, understanding the value of money that's well spent and how much money that then costs us later. So, so we do have a lot of things that may have been covered by enhancement before that aren't being covered by that. Now we're targeting the purpose for that to be vehicle cycling and investments.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
Just one, there weren't 50 of these vehicles available at many dealers, or is this the only one in the 3-state area?
I reached out to 3 dealers in Michigan, and no one had anything on the lot available. We typically go to local Gorno Ford, and they have a chassis, but then you got to order the dump and put it together, and it could be a year. They're not sure how long it'd take to build a vehicle.
Got it.
So we called around, and I received a recommendation for this dealer from a contractor that's bought a couple dump trucks from them in the past. So we got a price from outside of Michigan.
Does it require a special licensed human being to operate this, or we?
No, it does not have air brakes, so we don't have to have a CDL. And we fall underneath the city umbrella. If it had air brakes, if it was a 5-yard dump, then it'd be a different story. But this is a 3.5, depending on how you load it, kind of dump. So a smaller dump, but still more than what we have.
Thank you. Thank you.
Any other questions? All right. Seeing none, I'll bring the discussion back to the table. Entertain a motion on action item number 3.
Mr. President, I'd like to make a motion to approve the maintenance dump truck purchase as presented.
We have a motion by Dr. Pomponio. Is there support?
Support.
Supported by Mr. Sage. Any discussion? I'll just offer, I think this is a smart buy because we're replacing a car too. It's not just a vehicle too. It's not just we're spending this much money on this. It's the difference between this and then all the other stuff we're gonna make up on not renting this other stuff over the next 10 years. So I think it's a wise buy. I think we're doing well on it business-wise. So with that, I'll be supporting it.
Thank you.
I'll go ahead and call for the vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Last item on the agenda. Entertain a motion on the adjournment
Mr. President,
screen.
I'd like to make a motion to adjourn.
Okay, I have a motion by Mr. Green to adjourn the meeting. Is there support?
Support.
Supported by Dr. Pomponio. Any discussion on the adjournment? Seeing none, I'll call for the vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? We are adjourned. Thank you.